For centuries they've been seen. Spheres in the sky, in the sea, in ancient paintings, in old accounts, always distant, always out of reach. But now, we have one. A metallic sphere, engraved with markings that resemble circuits, yet they look handmade, imperfect, mysterious. And the strangest part? No motor, no battery. It vibrates, with sound alone. Specific frequencies make it spin, hum, even trigger electromagnetic fields. And it wasn't found in space. It was here, on Earth. And maybe it never left. For decades, reports of mysterious spheres crossing the skies were treated as mass hallucinations or pure fiction. But what if, suddenly, one of those spheres stopped flying and fell? That's exactly what many believe happened in Buga, Colombia. Apparently metallic, perfectly spherical, with raised inscriptions and a pattern that resembles both ceremonial markings and advanced engineering, this sphere defies any simple explanation. No visible gears, no wires, no known energy source, just sound. A deep, muffled sound that echoes through the room even without physical contact. Could it be an acoustic illusion? A material trick? Or is there some hidden frequency triggering that vibration? What draws even more attention are the markings on its surface. Engravings that don't match any known written language, but that, according to some researchers, resemble recurring geometric patterns found across ancient civilizations, from Egypt to Mesopotamia. But who would carve symbols into an object like this? And why? The first thing that draws attention when observing the Buga Sphere up close isn't the metallic shine. It's what's carved into it. Marks stretch across its surface like disconnected paths. Some lines appear deliberately drawn. Others look rushed, or even made by different hands. There's a symmetry that almost convinces you, but a closer look reveals flaws, asymmetrical curves, and grooves that intersect randomly. If this had been made by high-precision machinery, such errors shouldn't exist. But if it was carved by human hands, how could someone engrave such dense metal without deforming it? There's also a stranger detail. At the center of the sphere, there's a circular marking with a slight elevation, something that, to some, resembles the core of a circuit or perhaps a connection point to something larger. But no known pattern has been identified. No language, no directly translatable symbol. It's as if it carries a visual code. But we still don't have the key to unlock it. And maybe it's not just a matter of language. Maybe the real enigma isn't what was written, but who wrote it. Ever since images of the sphere began circulating, one question has echoed louder than the rest. Where did it come from? For some, the answer is immediate: outer space. But if this was something extraterrestrial, why would it have markings that look hand-carved? Why would it seem so imperfect? That's where another theory starts gaining traction. What if this technology didn't come from far away, but from below? In recent years, reports of luminous spheres emerging from the ocean have increased, even documented by military pilots and government officials. In publicly released videos, these objects can be seen rising from or diving into the sea, as if operating from an underwater base. And this isn't just a modern theory. Since the 1960s, official investigations have mentioned these objects appearing over the ocean, moving in ways no known aircraft can replicate. But none were ever recovered. This time, maybe something went wrong. Maybe this one was left behind, or maybe it fell. Which brings us to an even more unsettling possibility. What if it didn't come from space, but from civilizations that lived here? Civilizations that vanished, or never wanted to be found? This wasn't the first time a sphere has been seen. They appear in records going back thousands of years, from religious texts and medieval legends to Renaissance-era paintings. Some of these depictions show spheres floating in the sky, observed by crowds, as if they were part of a ritual, or a silent watch. Others appear in ancient manuscripts with shapes nearly identical to what we see today, as if the same object had passed through completely different eras. This raises an even stranger suspicion. These spheres aren't just being seen, they're returning. What if all of these appearances are fragments of the same phenomenon? And what if the Buga Sphere is the first time we've actually been able to hold one in our hands? For centuries, they've been documented, but never this close, never this tangible, never this real. And if you want to understand how these spheres have shown up throughout history, in art, temples, and unexplained events, watch our previous video about the global sphere mystery. The link is in the description. So far, no scientific institution has officially recognized the sphere as something out of the ordinary. But what does that really mean? How many discoveries have been dismissed before changing everything? The truth is, we don't know what this sphere is, but we also don't know what it isn't. It feels like something out of place and out of time. For now, all we have are images, early-stage analyses, and far more questions than answers. All we can do is wait for further studies, new evidence, and above all, transparency in the investigation. Because perhaps, in the silence of this sphere, lies a forgotten piece of our own history.